Langkap, cradled by the Een Mountains and shaped like a golden eagle, has long been a transport hub and trading center. The grassland Silk Road began here. Many ethnic groups have lived together in harmony, creating a complex, inclusive, multicultural landscape that is vividly reflected in local cuisine. As the bearer of terroir and tradition, Langkap cuisine has, through a long history of evolution, perfected the art of marrying primary and secondary ingredients, achieving a seamless fusion of flavors. At the same time, in its quest to enrich itself, Langkap cookery, while preserving its original culinary DNA, keeps absorbing the strengths of dishes from other regions, forging a style that is both faithful and innovative. Early autumn north of the Een Mountains still holds a trace of summer warmth. Animal husbandry thrives here, and dairy foods abound. Almost every herder's home makes its own milk products. Beyond being processed into dairy products, this snow-white, refreshing drink is prized as a fermented tonic and is often used as a prime seasoning. Chef Bai Dongmei of Kahar, right-wing rear banner, is griddling milk pancakes, then moves on to the more complex yogurt pancakes. She ladles 3 scoops of local plain yogurt, beats and farm eggs, adds white sugar, cooking oil, and baking soda, and stirs to a batter. High gluten flour follows, together with 2 Mongolian dairy treasures, Jiaoko curds and butter. When the dough becomes elastic, she kneads it to medium firmness, shapes, and rolls it flat. The electric griddle is heated up to 160 degrees Celsius. As it warms, the dough keeps swelling, eventually forcing the lid to ajar. The giant yogurt pancake is cut into 8 wedges. Because every household tweaks the recipe, each batch tastes different. Bai's big pancakes are fluffy, sweet, and fragrant. She must turn out dozens daily, and even more on weekends and during the tourist rush. In the steppe food paradise that is Langkap, the fusion of Mongolian and Han cuisine is everywhere. Almost every Mongolian restaurant around Langkap lists this yogurt pancake, a happy marriage of nomadic and farming cultures. Potato paired with yomian flour is a hallmark of Langkap cuisine. 2 common staples: grain ripened in sunshine and tubers fed by soil, meet in a close embrace of earth and sky. From banquet delicacies to everyday family meals, this mix appears everywhere. In Zuojia village, a big batch of mozaza is about to be cooked. Li Sanhua is Shuli's mother-in-law, famed locally for her farmhouse dishes.
Mom, what's for lunch?
Mozaza.
Shuli works for the Women's Federation of the neighboring Daowuhao village, and today she's joining her mother-in-law for lunch. Potatoes are peeled, rinsed in hot water, then grated. Because the rasps, sharp teeth, grind the potato into a paste. The rustic dish is bluntly named mozaza. Direct grating keeps the starch and boosts the freshness of flavor. Water is added, and the slurry is strained. Then yumian is stirred in. Extra starch can be added for extra chew. A steamer tray lined with cloth receives the batter in neat strips pushed off with chopsticks. Gaps left for steam to rise. In Alangkab, China's potato capital, average annual potato consumption tops 55 kilos per rural resident and 40 per urban resident, far above the national average of 15. Eating mozaza requires a homemade dipping broth, whose ingredients vary from household to household. Li Sanhua dices pork, scallion, and tofu. Then adds oil, soy sauce, salt, and ginger powder. Before adding hot water, the simple broth is done. Into the steamer it goes. Hungry, it's a staple. Full, it's a dish. We need it every meal. This local saying shows the potato's importance in the local diet. Lid off. The mozaza tray is placed on top and steamed for about 10 minutes. Broth and paste emerge together. Though plain looking and direct to make, mozaza is genuine hearth food. Many Alangkab folks crave a steaming bowl to satisfy their palate. Stir-fried quail, also called stir-fried quail, stir-fried quail, or stir-fried kool-aid, is another duet of potato and yumian. Chef Zhang Shizhong from Kahar, right-wing middle banner, is cooking it for the company canteen. This rustic dough-based dish forms part of today's staff lunch. Steamed potatoes go into a bowl with yumian. Both are rubbed into pellets until combined. Flaxseed oil heats in a wok. Scallion is fried for aroma. Then the pellets are added. They are slow fried on low heat. Salted and stirred until golden, loose and fragrant. It can be served when it smells great. As both a staple and a dish, stir-fried quail has a quirky name, but a simple cooking process. Its unique taste is tied to the childhood memories of many in Alangkab, paired with millet porridge and pickled greens. It makes for a classic country trio. Alangkab lies in the path of year-round northwesterly winds, known as the homeland of wind, and wind has shaped its food culture. The best bird for wind-cured chicken is the free-range red-feathered native. Feeding freely on grains, insects, and dew, these roaming chickens get plenty of exercise, resulting in exceptionally tasty meat. Li Xiufang, a chef from Kahar, right-wing front banner and wife of Li Jia, is repeatedly scrubbing more than 20 dressed birds For today's batch, after washing, she plucks the remaining pin feathers. Then eviscerates and rinses the chicken, inside and out. Li Jia 50 is the fourth-generation heir to the craft and has made wind-cured chicken for 30 years. He brews the medicinal broth himself. The decoction dictates both flavor and nutrition in this medicinal dish. More than 20 prized herbs are added to an earthen pot in sequence. The mix is brought to a rolling boil, then simmered until deep brown. Herbs are chosen according to the season, in line with the principles of traditional Chinese medicine. In 1943, Li Jia's father, Li Xiaohe, brought the craft from Liaolin, Shaanxi, to the northern grasslands during the Zhoushikou migration. Kahar right-wing front banner wind-cured chicken fuses Jin style and Mongol elements, medicine and food, ingredients and wind. Broth and salt are poured into a vat and diluted with water. The clean birds are submerged. A rack and stones weigh them down. They soak for 35 minutes. The birds are then lifted out. And hung in a well-ventilated room. Windows are left open for 24 hours to facilitate drying. Time and wind do the work. During wind drying, the moisture-laden chicken slowly dehydrates. Its fat is gradually rendered and drips away. The flesh firms up, developing a unique cured flavor. After a full day and night, the birds reach the perfect firmness. They are trussed into shape. Three hours of steaming follow. Next comes smoking. A cauldron is heated. Premium cedar shavings and white sugar are tossed in, and sweet smoke billows around the birds. 10 minutes later, the smoking is done. The chicken emerges golden, with chewy meat and crisp, resilient skin, marrying the flavors from marinating, drying, steaming, and smoking. Grease-free, yet lingering. It is best torn apart by hand. In September, Alankab's autumn earth is wrapped in a ripe, tempting aroma. Cold-tolerant, drought-hardy, and nutrient-rich, oat grass reaches harvest time. After cutting, the oats are dehulled and become oat rice.
Table 208, 1 Milky Oats.
Copy that.
The scent of new grain enriches every autumn table. Chef Ma Weiguo from Jining District is cooking his signature dish, Milky Oats. In the homeland of oats, Oat rice is now prepared in new ways. It must cross over and pair with a dairy product to create a fresh flavor. Rinse rain-fed oat rice clean and steam it in a basket. Cut a whole block of milk tofu into small cubes. After about 40 minutes, the oat rice is perfectly steamed. Tip the hot oat rice into a wok and toast it. Until lightly browned, then pour it out. Add butter and honey. Once melted, add carrot dice and green peas. Stir fry until evenly mixed. Return the oat rice. Keep tossing on low heat. Finally, scatter in the milk tofu cubes. Quick stir on gentle heat so the cubes outside melts while the inside stays whole and plate. As soon as the aroma soaks into the grain, the milk tofu cubes soften fast, so heat control is critical. Part rice, part entree. Milky Oats glows in its distinct colors, tastes richly fragrant, and is sweet but never cloying. 1,000 kilometers away in Shanghai, a Langkab lamb takes on a new Shanghainese flair. Mongolian chef Yang Yong Li from Langkab is prepping mini roast lamb. Coordinating with guest arrivals, Chef Yang trims the lamb in advance, marinates it for 2 hours to let it slowly absorb flavor, then roasts it for 3 hours to peak color, texture, and aroma. Mini roast lamb is the house signature to keep its native taste. This Mongolian restaurant, serving Shanghai diners for 13 years, insists on 180-day pasture-raised Langkab lambs, which are ideal for making roast lamb. Meanwhile, to suit Shanghai's preference for refinement, small portions and no waste, the 10-kilo whole roast was halved into a 5-kilo mini roast lamb. Guests now arrive. The freshly roasted delicacy, full of ceremony and fragrance, is rolled to the table. At night, Tanyao Road still bustles with traffic. In the Mongolian yurts of Honey Food Plaza, diners savor mini roast lamb, crisp outside and tender inside, and experience the bold spirit of the Langkab grasslands. After minor snow, winter truly begins. On the Gobi steppe of Sizuwang Banner, the cold sets in. This coldness provides the perfect conditions for preparing a traditional key ingredient. Dried mutton is mostly made in winter. Prime fresh Gobi lamb is cut up and hung in a clean, shaded place to air dry for about a month. Once dried, the meat loses all moisture and fat, but retains its flavor and nutrients, and is easy to store and eat. Dried mutton stew is Sizuwang Banner's favorite dish for winter nourishment. Chef Zhang Fuwang, with 27 years of Mongolian cuisine experience, cuts the dried meat into bite-sized pieces and rinses them. Scallion, Fresh ginger, dried chili, and Sichuan pepper go in a sachet. Salt, dried ginger powder, and soy sauce join the pot. After a 20-minute simmer, he adds green beans, potato chunks, and vermicelli. Then stews for another 20 minutes until cooked. Dried meat represents a deep communion between Gobi lamb and nature. The stew is a dialogue between rich meat essence and vegetables. Within it lies a quiet, ingenious wisdom of steppe cookery. Fresh from the pot, the stew is supple yet chewy. The lamb is reddish-brown, growing ever more delicious as you chew. Dried mutton is precious, costing 5 to 6 times fresh meat. So dried meat stew is not a standing dish. Only when a diner orders it will Chef Zhang bring out the prized mutton and prepare it on the spot. The hefty living tome. Encyclopedia of Alankab Food Culture notes that over 400 years, Alankab welcomed waves of migrants from Shaanxi, and Hebei provinces, forming a culinary tapestry where you are in me and I am in you. Fusion is the essence of Alankab cuisine. Across regions, ingredients, techniques, ethnic groups, customs, and shared feelings all reveal a richly layered, seamless fusion. Its deepest fusion is between people and nature. Following the rise and fall of the Ying Mountains, Alankab folks befriend the land, time, and practice. Relying on limited resources, they craft foods brimming with wisdom, adapting to place and honoring heaven and humanity as a way of life.